Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlotte. You can call me Charlie. Welcome if you are new here. Welcome back if you are not. Today we're going to delve right in and talk about Nanowrimo. I have been putting this conversation off for so long, since the very beginning of October, but it is almost November, so we need to talk. I think Nanowrimo is pretty popular among the writing community, but if you don't know what it is, it's basically National November Writing Month, and basically in November you start a new story and you write 50,000 words for that story, and it is insane. You do it all in 1 month. It is insane. It is really fun. It is a great community builder, and for some people the pressure is just the right amount of pressure to get stuff done, whereas for other people it's a little discouraging because it is a lot of pressure. Overall, it is a month where the community bonds, and I really love it. I did Nanowrimo for the first time last year. I do have a vlog about it, so you can go check that out up in the cards. But today, oh gosh, I took a peek of my November schedule, and I was wondering if I should even do Nanowrimo this year. Because the way I see it, I have two barriers. My first barrier is my overall personal life, which does get a lot busier in November, and the second barrier I have is choosing my actual project. So now that I think about it, I was in the same position or a similar position to what I was in last year, but here are the rundown stats. 1, I need to figure out my workload. So I compared my bullet journal from last year to my bullet journal this year, and I did realize that my schedule is a lot busier last year than it is this year. That saying, December is a pretty big month for me, and I have a lot planned. I have a lot coming up, so November is that prep time. I also have a couple goals that I wanted to complete during Nanowrimo that were more personal goals, and I debated calling this November Nettoyer November, which means clean up in French, just because I wanted to clean up my life a little bit. I wanted to try and get on a new schedule, not necessarily a writing schedule, just like a great life schedule that included workouts, doing, I don't know, what do people do these days? Face masks and things like that, just for fun, because I thought it would be nice to try something else out. But I can't do Nanowrimo and change up my schedule all at once, because I feel like that's a lot to keep track of, and I probably won't. Knowing me, who doesn't like to track things, I probably will be consistent only for a couple days, and that's no good. So I don't know what I want to do, because the whole cleaning up my life sounds so stinking cool and it really appeals to me, but I also really want to do Nano. I have a lot of writing that I need to get done, so if I do Nano on the possibility of completing Nano, here are my options. I have a lot of writing to get done, starting with Project Book. So Project Book itself is my favorite project so far that I've ever worked on. It is a fantasy. It is the most featured book on this channel right now. I think starting November 2020, Project Book is basically all I've talked about on my channel, and I didn't even realize it, but that's pretty fun, and I guess that just proves how much I enjoy writing it. If I work on this project during Nano, what I would be doing is a lot of editing and a lot of working on trying to distinguish relationships between characters and adding more background context and things like that, just little small editing details. And if I do work on Project Book, then I don't know if I can even count words, because if you have ever edited a project, you know you jump around a lot. You delete words, you add words, so there's not a lot of consistency or predictability with that. Second, I could work on the sequel to Project Book. Now, I think that is a really great idea because I'm so into Project Book right now, but do I really want to start the sequel and continue on with the sequel before I've even finished my good final draft of Project Book number 1? I don't know. And I already know that I'm going to have to rewrite the sequel. I've kind of gotten used to the whole, you're going to have to rewrite. Maybe that's just the way it worked out for me for project books, and I'm just going to apply it to all my future projects. I'm not exactly sure, but I know that I want to rewrite project book, the sequel. And I haven't even finished the first draft or barely started the first draft, so that's something. And I also can't go ahead with these drafts because I don't know what who the love interest is going to be in my story. There are so many options, and I have no idea. So that's also something to think about. Finally, the next project that I could work on is Project Rom-Com. So I did write Project Rom-Com in a week. There's also a video for that on my playlist. It's called Project Rom-Com because it is my first ever book of the rom-com variant, of the rom-com genre. And I have my reservations about this book because, yes, I want to finish it, but there's very little motivation to finish it rewrite it and finalize it, and I don't know. It was a fun experiment. I really want to edit it. I gave it to an alpha reader to look at. I got my feedback back during September, but I have not looked at it since. So that is one project I could work on, but I'm, as I said, not feeling very motivated because it's not my main genre, and I don't know. I could work on it. I could fall back in love with the characters. It was so easy to fall in love with the characters, but even then I also know I want to rewrite that project, so there's that. And finally, I have Project Redemption. So I've talked about Project Redemption a little bit. It's my baby. It is the oldest out of all my projects. I began Project Redemption years ago, and it has sat on my shelf in a Word document for so long, and I'm not quite ready to give up this project yet. I have talked about this on my YouTube channel before, but it's not been a major focus. I love Project Redemption. I gave it to many beta readers, and after giving it to all these beta readers, one thing that I learned is that I need to rewrite it. So once again, I am not starting any new project for November, but I will be rewriting a bunch of stuff if I do decide to complete Nanowrimo. Yeah, that's basically where I am. But then again, if I do start rewriting, am I really cheating? Because I technically am rewriting a story. I don't know. I don't know what to do. This is why I need to talk it out. I am essentially stuck. I love all my projects. Whoa, look at that lighting. I love all my projects very much equally, except for maybe Project Rom-Com, which Dude, what is this sun? I have to, be over here now. So after all of that, we have reached this impasse where I still have not figured out what I want to complete for Nanowrimo and if I want to even participate in Nanowrimo. This October, I have done very little writing. Actually, since September, I've done very little writing. And it's not that I'm not motivated to write, it's just that my life had been taken up by a little bit of just other things. My life has been preoccupied with other things, and yeah, I really want to get back into writing, and I think November is a great way to do that. But as I said, I do want to try and take on some other projects, and Nanowrimo unfortunately does not count for anything that's not writing because it's a writing challenge. So that is where we are. I think that it is safe to say that if I do decide to participate in Nanowrimo this year, I'll probably end up working on Project Book because it is my baby, though I am not going to say for sure yet because I am known to make last-minute decisions when it comes to writing. During October, I will say, I also did a little bit of other fun things, like making Squid Game candy and trying it out and things like that. So I'll put in those vlog clips. This is kind of like an October update in the sense that I didn't do much in October, but what I did complete, I took vlog videos of. So I'll just stick that in here just for fun. But yeah, thank y'all for sticking by me, and we'll see what happens in November. I am hosting a couple of live streams just because I think it would be fun. Well, I'm co-hosting, not hosting. I'm co-hosting. So definitely stay updated with me on my socials, which are down below, and subscribe if you haven't to this channel for more fun stuff, and we will see what happens. So I just finished my stream, and I have been doing work since then, and I'm going out soon, but I have to eat lunch. And oh, Kemi's just lying on the floor in the sun, which is who I'm looking at right now. I just finished hanging out with a friend that I have not seen in forever, so now it is time to head home. I began a new rewrite for this story. For Project Redemption, I am currently at 4,500 words. I have been wanting to rewrite it for a while, and I thought I could start it, and it could potentially be my Nanowrimo project, but I'm not sure if I am motivated enough to stick with it. And then this is the part where I randomly decided to make the Squid Game cookie because it was a trending snack. And I have to say, it didn't taste as bad as I thought it would, but it didn't necessarily taste good either. And I made it 3 times. The first time I made it, I used a little too much baking soda. The second time I made it, it was parfait. And the third time I made it, I just used up whatever extra ingredients that I had in my pot here. So it didn't turn out the nicest, but I mean, it worked and it used up my sugar, so that's good. I also did not have any needles to use to complete this game because I hand sew everything that I make and I need those needles, but I did find these little skewers that you use for corn, so I decided to put those to use to see what would happen. And to be honest, I think it made my life a whole lot easier.
Sitting in silence, we still feel the vibe, and you could not say a word, and I know what you just decided. We'd be right in the same wave. All the water's perfect.
I decided to start a mini terrarium. So here we go. Focus. It's hard because the screen's not focusing, but we'll make it work. But yeah, so that's one thing that I did this October. Not a lot of writing, but a lot of other things. So I'll just stick in some vlog clips, and I'll see you next week. Bye!